Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 20 of Civilization 5. This is the single city challenge as Venice and we are playing on the King difficulty level. We are currently in a war with Greece and what I'm trying to do right now is actually take out Rhodes and Halicarnassus. Might even go up there and try and take out Goshoot. Not because it's really going to help me, because let's face it, I can't really settle these lands, but I don't really want them on my doorstep. Now it will give me a bit of warmonger penalty, but there's not much I can do about that anyway. Greece is currently the leader of the game in points, and I'd like to take them down a peg or two. So much so, I'm actually considering having a swipe at Athens itself. Now that might be quite difficult to get to. In fact, it probably is going to be impossible to get to. It is coastal, but it looks like it's only coastal from a very specific direction, which would mean I would have to sort of cut through their territory here, a very narrow channel, and have a look up around in this direction. Might be able to get to it. It would be great if we could take Athens, simply just to massively reduce their culture output, because if we have any problems, really, it's going to be with just the size that Greece is. So we are going to carry on with the war. Now, it's been a few days since I played. I've got a great scientist. Not sure. I might have only just got that. I can't remember now. I'm not sure why I'm keeping it. Are we going to bother with an academy? I doubt it. I would assume I'm just going to pop it straight away. Don't actually have any movement on it, so I assume that I got that on this turn. We are going to have a look at tile assignments. I know some people have said that I haven't looked at them for a while, and that is true. I'm in war, and I'm currently sort of not really paying all that much attention to things. No real point having someone in the Musicians Guild at the moment. Great Writer is the one that we are due next, so let's put somebody in the Writers Guild there. We are going to be due a Great Merchant fairly soon as well, but we are going to keep working the science and the production buildings, just because we want as much science and production as we can get. Because don't forget, having specialists in here not only increases your points towards getting a great person of that type, but it does provide you with additional bonuses. And because of our ideology, we're actually getting science from the production buildings. So it's as well as the, well, we actually get science from all of the specialists. So working as many specialists as we can is really good. Just having a look around at the other tiles. That's not a bad tile to work, so I'd certainly consider keeping that one going. For production. Yep, the mine makes sense. Good production there. Now, I don't think the tile selection is all that bad, to be honest. Just having a look around, every tile that's being worked seems to be sort of the best yield. So I think for the time being, we will continue with that. So let's go on to the next turn and see what happens. Now, Greece did come and attack us with quite a sizable navy. Now, luckily, we have managed to take most of that down. I suppose it would be good to get some units over here to help Brussels out, if nothing else, because Brussels is our ally. So I may have to start moving some of my ships over towards Greece, well, towards Athens at least. Now, obviously, the Swedish are in this war on my side. Now, that may not last. They may peace out before this war ends. Now, they're actually picking on Hanoi at the moment, which is fine because it's currently allied with Greece, which is why they're attacking it. They're not just attacking a city-state for no reason. And they're actually losing a few boats, which is good because don't forget, even though I have a declaration of friendship with Greece at the moment, they are still technically a threat. You know, every single, unless you're playing a multiplayer game where you're in a team with somebody, every other civilization on the map is an enemy. Looks like Brussels is going to fall because Genghis Khan has now declared war on it. There's not an awful lot I can do about that, really, unless I want to declare war on Genghis as well at the same time, which I could do, but that is very risky business. He's got himself a frigate and a couple of ironclads. Maybe Brussels will survive. I was toying with the idea of turning the combat animations off to speed things up, but it's very easy to miss what's going on if you don't have the combat animations on. You just get like a massive spam of combat text at the top of the screen, and it's almost impossible to tell who's shot at what and who's being attacked where, so Oh, Florence is still fighting off the Greek soldiers. Oh, no, they're not Greek soldiers. They're actually coming from Hanoi, of course. Well, Florence will be fine. Barbarians get their turn. And it is over to us. So we've got a unit promotion, which is a battleship. Let us give you targeting 3, because then we can start to move you up towards logistics. We are going to do our best to take this city out as much as possible. So let's go ahead and just rain some fire down on roads. I may not take out Athens, simply because it will give me a lot of warmonger penalty. I'm just not 100% sure whether that is the sensible thing to do right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to take my submarine and start heading in that general direction. I'm going to get this guy over here to come and heal up. Now then, what were we doing over here? Got ourselves a free worker, of course. We will bring... In fact, it's not even worth it. I'm just going to disband this worker, because the problem is I will get more gold. Well, I would get some gold if I sold it in my own territory. The problem is it would take me that long to get him back to my own territory. I would end up losing more gold in the time it takes to get in there. I'm just going to get all of my other units now, as much as I can, back to my own territory to try and heal up. With the exception of these submarines, I think these subs might actually go over here and attempt to help out where they can. So these subs are going to come this way. We can start sinking a few ships. We can scout the way out to see if it's viable to go and attack Athens. We may be able to sink any other ships attacking Brussels, apart from the Mongolian ironclads. I'd prefer it if the Mongolians didn't actually wipe out Brussels. What would he actually want for peace on that? Because we are friendly. If I would like you to make peace with Brussels, what would you want for that? 15 gold per turn and my pearls. And I don't have any spare pearls. Oh, it's not even 15 gold per turn, it's 15 flat gold. 15 flat gold and pearls. How about I give you 15 flat gold and 7 gold per turn, which is what pearls would be worth. You must ask for more. Okay, how about 8 gold per turn? 9 is going to be my top offer. No, he doesn't want to do it. Do I have the happiness? Could I afford... Yes, I could afford to give him the pearls. Okay, then. Let's go ahead and do that. Trade. Make your peace with Brussels. 15 gold and my pearls for 30 turns. Okay, done. So he's now made peace with Brussels, and we're actually still getting pearls, I think, from a city-state, so we didn't even lose any happiness because of it. So our worker has done his job. Might as well keep going around putting these trading posts in where we can. We've got our great scientists, so we might as well insta-pop. That gives us radar, which is fantastic. We are still working the Manhattan Project. After the Manhattan Project, what's going to come after that? Not necessarily sure. Well, the Kremlin's probably worth it for the free social policy, if nothing else. It's definitely going to be worth getting ourselves an airport. But we're just going to have to continue with the war as it is for now. So let's go on to the next turn. I appreciate that the turns do take a little bit longer when you start getting into the wars like this, especially when there's a lot of city-states involved, like there is here. Well, Brussels is fighting back against Greece. At least it's not going to have to deal with Mongolia anymore, because they will peace out with them. So Brussels may survive a few more turns. Can't really do an awful lot about Hanoi. Hanoi is going to fall. In fact, Hanoi may actually fall to Florence. Depends whether or not Sweden tries to take it with that ironclad or not. But Hanoi is down to 0 health. Nope, Sweden have indeed taken over. Hanoi, okay, that's not too bad. It's not the end of the world. I was kind of hoping that Florence would grab it because I'm already allied with Florence, so then potentially I'd get both city-states, so it does happen. Brussels election rigged. Good stuff. This is one of the reasons why I actually wanted Mongolia to cease their war with Brussels, because Brussels is one of the city-states that I do have on my side. I'd like to keep it that way if I can. And of course, the more city-states there are around, the more trade partners we're going to have. Especially if we do start getting a few warmonger penalties for dealing quite harshly with Greece. Okay, not an awful lot else going on. We can promote a unit, so you are going to have targeting 1. Just out of interest, because we are working on the Manhattan project at the moment, I believe. Yep, so I don't know really why I am working on the Manhattan project. Because I don't have any uranium, so unless I can buy any from someone else, it's not going to be all that useful. We do have an unassigned spy. Where are we going to send you? Where would be a good place to get you into? Are we still a tech leader? I haven't had a look at the demographics this session. Yep, literacy is still myself, so that is fine. So maybe it's just city-states then that we should be concentrating on at the moment. Probably ones we're not to war with. Melbourne would be quite useful. Do we have someone in Melbourne? We do not. So you are going to move, and we're going to move you into Melbourne. There we go. So all of these units need orders, so you are going to continue your attack on roads. It does have a lot of health, and it has an artillery in there, so it is going to take a little bit of time to take it down, although that may be enough to get it. In fact, it's on 0 health, so we are going to move in with our ironclad. Goodbye roads, you have been raised. We're going to try and do the same thing to Halicarnassus if we can. Units needing orders, of course. We've got our submarines here. So let us work our way around. We're going to have to go up and through this channel. Still haven't decided whether or not it's a sensible thing to do. Because I can't get to Athens from this side. Well, that's not technically true. I could bombard from this side in a very limited fashion. But I may have to get some units around this side if possible if I want to take it. Which I am very much considering doing. Is that really all I can do on this turn? You are going to just stay there and heal up. You are going to move into there. You are also going to move into there. We have a good amount of money. We could probably do with getting ourselves... What do we have in there? It's just an aircraft. You're just going to heal up. You're going to heal up. And next turn. We could do possibly with getting ourselves another ironclad so that we could get over there in a position ready to take Athens. See, look, they still have quite a lot of ships, even if they are just frigates and privateers. They've still got bombers as well. I'm a little bit concerned that Brussels may not be able to hang on much longer, which is one reason why I really want to get my submarines over there as quickly as possible. Because my submarines can take... I mean, it's the privateers that are the problem. They can bombard the city down to 0 health if they want. But unless they've got a melee unit to move in and take it... Okay, so it would appear that the Shoshone are not very happy with me, but that's fine. You're next on my list, because once Alexander goes down, you're going to be the second highest. And let's be honest, if anyone wants to attack my single city, they can only really do it by sea. And I'm going to have quite a navy. So we should be okay. We should be able to defend ourselves from any attacks. So I'm not too worried. There was a point in this game where I thought if I get attacked now, I am going to be screwed. But I'm actually at the point where I think we'll probably be okay now. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it works out. It may be worth, actually, thinking about it and not being a complete idiot as I am. Instead of trying to take out... Like, Golden Age has dawned. Instead of me trying to take out these 2 cities down here that are very unimportant and non-consequential, I may as well just move all these units over and go and try and deal with the bigger problem. So I'm going to move my ironclad into friendly territory. What I would do, it's just going to take ages because they move so slowly. And I am going to start moving my other units around. This could be a little bit problematic if we do get attacked, but I think we are going to be okay in general. This submarine is also heading its way up there. You guys are repairing up. These guys will probably stay here. In fact, can we upgrade that privateer yet? No, we can't. Don't have destroyers yet. But these guys can stay here and rest, and we'll start to move this fleet up in an attempt to go and deal with Athens if we need to. I have found myself a Greek battleship. Well, we certainly need to deal with that. Unfortunately, it's not going to help my submarines reach Brussels any quicker. But let's get rid of that. We do have an ironclad close by now, but I don't think that is really going to be too much of a problem. I don't have anything else up here that can really help deal with anything. You guys are going to build a trading post, because trading posts are awesome. And let's go ahead and have the next turn. You're actually getting some really good yields from a lot of those tiles now. So unfortunately, Brussels were a little bit silly there, putting one of their units out on an ocean tile. I'm not sure why they embarked. Maybe it was for bait. We've had another trade route plundered, which is very unfortunate. And it was one of ours as well. We can see we've got a carrier coming into Brussels now. Genghis Khan has completed the Kremlin, so we won't be doing that. Genghis Khan is also moving... moving some units around. I wonder if we could get Genghis Khan to go with to war with Greece. I mean, they are pretty close to each other. It's a bit of a shame that we can't build the Kremlin. It would have been nice to get that free social policy, but we don't exactly need it. Our culture output isn't too bad at this point. I want to find out where exactly it was we lost that trade route and who plundered it. It was Alexander. Established between Venice and Brussels, so it was probably up here somewhere anyway. We have ourselves a great writer. Yep, it was indeed over here, and in fact, it was that very annoying. Right, what do you have? You're going to get Wolfpack. You're going to move over here, so that you're still in range to take a shot at the ironclad. And then you're going to move up as much as you can. It's one less ship for them to worry about. We do have a great writer. I still think we are going to go ahead and get ourselves a great work. We do need to actually have a look at where we've got all of our great works and see what we can sort out right now. Because we don't really have an awful lot on theming bonuses here. The Hermitage. Make sure that the great work slots are filled with art from different eras and different civilizations. Well, what do we have there? We have... Does it have to be art? Can it not be... It can be. So we've got... Classical Quebec, Classical Morocco, and Atomic Venice. So if we could trade this... Oh, what have we got there? Ancient Venice. If we could trade one of these, possibly. Let's have a look if we can. I was already in the right window. Swap Great Works. Artifact. So, Classical Quebec, if we could swap that with Medieval Japan. Is it not going to let me do that? Okay, let's try this one. This might work. There again, it might not. So, we have Medieval Japan. We have Classic Morocco and Ancient Venice. No? Art from different eras and different civilizations. Japan Medieval. Morocco Classical. Venice Ancient. Well, that's very strange. It doesn't give us a theming bonus. Maybe it's because they are artifacts and not art. Okay, well that's not good. Okay, what do we need for Oxford University? Make sure that the great work slots are filled with writings from different eras and from civilizations other than the city owner. Well, that's Venice. That's the only great work of writing we have right now, so we can't do anything about that. Sydney Opera House. Music from different eras but the same civilization. So we have Venice Modern and we have Venice Atomic. Well, that should work then. There we go, bit of a theming bonus there. And Broadway is going to be music from the same era and civilization, which means you need to get 3 great musicians all in the same civilization, in the same era really, to pop it and get those. So I think we'll be alright for now. I do need to get this theming bonus back here. Both art or both artifact from the same era, and either both from the city's civilization or both from civilizations other than the city owner. Well, we've got Quebec Classical. Both art or both artifacts, both from the same era. So we're going to need another Classical Morocco. So if we move that into there we get that theming bonus back. Takes us up to 47. Not optimal, but it's about as good as we're going to get for now. Cargo ship, you are going to go, I suppose... Where were you going before, if anywhere, really? Let's have a look at our highest gold here. Krakaurum is good for you. It looks like you were going to Samarkand before. I suppose you could go to Cahokias. A little bit more gold there. Not a massive amount, but it will probably do. And we've got this ironclad that needs to come into our own territory and heal up. And we're going to try and move as many of these ships around as possible, so we can go and deal with Alexander. I think I'll leave this one ship just hanging back as a defensive unit, just in case, and continue to move these submarines up. So I think we're going to go straight for Athens, just try and take it out, deal with it as best we can. You're going to heal up for a turn or two, because we're going to need you to take Athens. And we are at the 20-minute mark, so I think that is a good place to end this video. So yeah, I appreciate the turns are taking a little bit longer. As they get less and less units to fight with, though, the turns won't take as long. So I don't think I need to disable the combat animations unless the war drags on for too long. So once again, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you are still enjoying the One City Challenge, and I'll see you on the next video. So until then, goodbye for now.